Hello, welcome to another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob. I'm Wayne Highlander with Bona Adhesives.
I'm Rob Johnson from the Bona Training.
How we doing, Rob?
Good afternoon, Wayne. How are you?
Hey, we are doing great, and thought we continue on our excellent adventure. And I haven't been up into Canada for a while, and I love Canada. I just have such a great time when I get together with the Canadian contractors when they come down for the convention, or I see them in Vegas or wherever. Just usually a great bunch of guys. This is being the exception. We have our Bona rep on here, Eric Lundgren from Vancouver, Canada. How we doing, Eric?
Pretty good. Yeah, doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, let me interrupt you for a second. I just want to let the listeners know that Eric is new to the entertainment business. He's not as savvy as Wayne and I, who have been, we're on our 7-year itch now and everything. So, everybody listening there, just cut Eric some slack. He's not a professional like Wayne and myself in the entertainment business for as long as we have been doing this. So,
Yeah.
take it away, Eric.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll try my best here on this massive podcast that you guys have and stumble my way through it.
Hey,
boy.
Yeah, I wanted to touch just on Traffic Go, if
You know what?
that's all right.
Before you do,
He is screwed up already.
I don't know. I don't know, Rob. Maybe it was a mistake.
Yeah. All right, Eric. This is your first time on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we want to hear a little bit about you, a little of your background. You're married.
okay,
How long you been with Bona? What
I
do you
thought,
like to do? What are your
my
pet
mistake. I
peeves?
thought everybody knew me already. Sorry, I thought
No, nobody knows
yeah.
you.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Okay.
I don't even think payroll knows you. Do they?
Yeah,
You get a check?
The checks are floating around. Yeah.
Good.
They got to convert it to Canadian numbers, so
Yeah,
he
it
makes a
takes
lot
a
of
while.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So let me back up then, and I'll just introduce myself. Of course, Eric Lundgren, Western Canada Territory Manager for Bona. I've been with Bona about just over a year and a half now. Before that, I was about 15 years as a flooring contractor doing installs, refinishing out here in Western Canada. It kind of fell into the business. It wasn't my plan. I was actually in aircraft structures, aircraft parts for a while. And then that whole kind of business went in the tank with the recession. And so I was looking around for work. And then my friend, he was doing hardwood floors. So I tried out one, with him, and I got hooked on it. I really enjoyed kind of that hard work paying off into something really nice. But yeah, like the first time I did it, my knees were just like burning sore because I didn't realize like all of the work that was involved. And of course, he had me, on the edge and scraping corners. So, I remember just coming home, my knees just on fire. So I learned my lesson pretty quick to buy some knee pads. And then, 15 years, had my own business for about 10 years, had some crews and things like that, but, wasn't a massive company by any stretch. And then, I just started kind of looking around for other opportunities. And, very fortunately, I was told about this position in Bona, and here I am. I made it, and so far it's been great.
Well, how long have you been here with us now?
Yeah, just
Year
just
and a
over a
half.
year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wayne doesn't
Yeah.
pay attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he said I've been with Bona a year and a half. So how
Okay.
long have you been with Bona?
Yeah. My apologies.
Come on, Wayne. Open up those ears now. Be a listener.
In the afternoon, I get tired. So I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah. It's been a
Yeah,
long
that's
day.
right. We were told no more Friday afternoons because Wayne has worked so hard during the week that he's got nothing in the tank for the show.
Yeah. So Vancouver. Tell me about the Vancouver market. Is it a heavy sand and finish market? I know in Canada in general, from what I see, that everything's going up. You have a lot of condos, a lot of commercial buildings and what have you, and not as much single home in a lot of areas. What about Vancouver?
Yeah, it's very similar there. A lot of towers going up. It's just expensive to build. Like, yeah, land is expensive for, single homes and things like that. So that part of like how that affects the flooring is, while sand and finish is still there, it's definitely more growth in the install side, because of that. Like you say, it's just expensive to build here, and they're just putting up those towers, all over the place. So the refinish side of things, it's still a mature market. There's still some guys getting into it, some younger guys, but it's definitely kind of not as much growth there as, like I say, on the install.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So, we've been going around in our adventures here and traveling around the country, Rob and I, and asking some of our reps kind of what they're seeing in their territory, if there's any trends they're seeing, or something that's of interest to you, or different products you wanted to talk about. So I thought this would be a good time to catch up with you, and thanks for doing it on short notice. Give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so what I'm seeing out there, especially we have on the refinishing side, we kind of came out recently with Traffic Go, and with that, kind of getting some feedback from the companies using it, and they do really like it. They like how it's easy to apply, easy to use, and also just with that factor of it's the one component with the light residential ratings. They like that. They like the durability and just the no waste from it. So especially guys with crews, they really enjoy that. And then less waste, and that around here, it's like I said before, it's not a cheap place to live. So kind of every dollar counts. So they're pretty happy about that, about being able to save a couple dollars, which all adds up throughout the year. So they really like that.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
definitely seeing that in the East too, with larger crews
Mhm.
are switching to Go just because of the waste factor.
Yeah.
And they're really not giving up anything with strength or durability. But they are saving that, half gallon thrown away every single day. So that's been really one of the big things out here with the larger crews.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the guys with the crews, they see that difference because yeah, it's easy if you're just like a one man crew type of thing. You can really measure it out, especially with that experience, right? But those guys who don't buy it, you're just your helpers or whatever. They just kind of mix up an extra gallon, and there you go. It kind of it's all
yeah.
down the drain at the end of the day.
Oops.
Yeah.
You know what I like about it? It kind of has the same feel to reminds me of the early traffic with the red cap, the way that it feels and the way that it coats, and really has a silky feel going down, and it just lays down beautiful. And so when I kind of was kind of nostalgic about when I first put it down, I really like the way it lays down. So. And not adding the hardener to it, just kind of like to your point, makes it really an easy product to work with.
Yeah.
And we're seeing the success of that and the feedback of how well the product performs, which is, yeah, that's what we're all held to, right? I mean, we don't want to have a product to go out there that is not holding up and what have you. And that feedback has been great in the field.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I've been hearing the same thing. Guys really like to use it. Like I say, that it's silky to use, easy to apply, it flows out nice. So yeah, it's been really, really well received out here.
I'll say that I mean on my floors downstairs I have Traffic HD, and well, it's been at least 10 years. It might even be 12 years that I've had it down now. And it's still funny because the way you first learn in this business, you're always, that's your core memory of putting finishes on. I was such an oil-based guy. At the beginning, I was like, oil-based, I don't want to use water, blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking the other day of looking at the floors. The floors today look spectacular. I could recoat these floors anytime I want to. They just don't need it. They look as good today as when we put them in. And honest to God's truth. And yeah, it's me and Judy. We don't have a lot of kids for sure, but we do have we entertain quite a bit, or Judy does, has friends coming over all the time when I'm out of town, apparently. And the four cats, five cats at one time. And I'm telling you, there's the
I think
floor.
I left a pair of sneakers there. Could you?
Did you? Were they yours?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wonder where
yeah.
those pink
The
sneakers came from.
no, mine were the Nike Monarchs. So if
Oh,
you
Oh,
could,
yeah.
yeah, if you could
Classic.
send those back to me, I'd
were
appreciate
they
that.
the size 14 shoes? Those are yours. I'll get them back to you.
I appreciate that.
But I mean, the floors, there'd be like no reason to sand these floors. There'd be no reason to recoat these floors. The floors look fantastic.
Yeah.
And believe me when I tell you, we don't baby these floors at all. In fact, this chair I'm sitting on, I feel guilty because the coaster's been long gone. And I slide it back and forth all the time, whatever. And I keep saying, I got to put coasters on that chair. And I haven't done it. And I keep looking to see once in a while but there's nowhere. I mean, it's held up remarkably well.
And how
And
many animals you got there? You got like a farm going on, right?
we
30
got
cats,
we got
16 dogs,
4 now. And
like a
today,
sanctuary.
coincidentally, I haven't been on vacation at all this year. We're here in October. I haven't ever taken time off. So next week we are, and we have to put 2 of our cats like the
To
animal.
sleep. To
No,
to sleep.
no,
Kill shelter.
no. Two
But it's
of
in
our
the
cats.
herd.
It's a lot
Yeah.
easier to put them to sleep than it is to pay somebody to take care of them.
No, but it's expensive as can be. But anyhow, they know when I have to hide their faces until I put them in the cat carrying cart because they do not like it, man. So
Uh,
2 of our cats are on the way today. She's taking them to the cat place, and but yeah, and if we hang a name like Traffic Go, it's in the Traffic family. I mean, Traffic has I've been in. I mean, I don't know how long Traffic's been out. Has it been 20 years? But that family I mean, has proved itself in every application you can put that product in. It's museums, commercial settings, high traffic homes, you name it, stairs, any way you can test a finish, it's been tested. And it's funny because sometimes you see new companies come out with new products and what have you. My gosh, this product has been tried and true and tested for generations now. And it is I've said it before on this podcast. I remember the very first day that I put down Traffic. I was on a maple floor. To this day, I remember I could drive to that house, and it changed the game. And I believe it has changed the industry. I really do. For one, it had back then it had much lower sheen. It was called satin, but it had much lower sheen than we were used to with you coming from the oil-based world. And it was more of a matte in our eyes. And I thought, well, I wonder how that's going to be accepted. But man, it's become the standard now. And it just holds up so freaking well, man. So I'm glad you're seeing that really take off in that market.
Yeah, it's been nice to see it, and like you say, it does like you say, it carries that name, Traffic name, which is kind of the standard across the industry, and it's been holding up well, and like I say, well received. And same with you. Over the years, you can look at a floor and you just can tell it's been coated with Traffic, right? I know that through my career, and yeah, it just holds up well. So yeah, it's a pretty exciting new product for us.
Hey, Eric, are you born and raised Vancouver?
Yeah, well, in a little town about an hour and a half outside called Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Canucks fan?
Canucks fan. Yeah,
All the way, huh?
all the way.
That's too
Hoping,
bad.
hoping
That's a
one of
shame.
these
Yeah.
days, right? Yeah, I see. You got your Boston shirt on there.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, is that
Yep. No, we're doomed.
for me or no?
We're doomed this year. We don't
Yeah.
have a chance. Yeah.
Well, after
I'm looking at a 12-win season, I think, this
12
year.
win.
Yeah,
Wow.
12 wins.
That,
We'll be happy for that. Yep.
yeah. I wouldn't shed a tear.
So Eric, what do you do when you're not working, you're not doing floors? Well, I mean, you got any hobbies or what do you do up there?
Yeah. So yeah, I try to stay active. I go to the gym.
Same.
Go on hikes. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, you feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, then go on hikes. It's a beautiful country around here. So yeah, lots of mountains and places to see, and yeah, definitely like live music and things like that. So try to get out to some concerts and yeah, just enjoy life as best we can.
Nice. And you got
Yeah.
kids?
No kids, no.
Oh, well, okay, there you go. Okay. And okay, it's I want to ask you more personal questions of that.
That's why you see, that's why he has a head of hair. You see? He's got a
Yeah,
full head
yeah.
of hair. That's it. Okay.
Well, It's beautiful up there. You live in a beautiful part of the country, man. It is it's spectacular. I love going up into Canada. As you know, I'm a world-class fisherman. So
Yeah.
anytime I get a chance to go up there and do any fishing, I'll always take it up. I've never been on a smallmouth bass fishing trip up there, but that's my bucket list. So I know for you guys, it's not as you're spoiled up there with the salmon and all the trout and everything else you have up there. So it's not as big deal to you guys, but it's a really big deal to me. So
Well, we'll have to get you up here then.
Wayne, have you ever been there?
to Vancouver,
Yeah.
of course,
Okay.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. We were in a hockey tournament there one time for
Mm.
3 days. That was one of the craziest cities I think I ever saw in my life. Because, when you're looking down rows and rows of city, giant buildings on both sides, the
Hmm.
concrete jungle. If
Yeah,
you're in New York, that's what you
yeah,
see forever.
right. Yep.
Well, at the end of one of those, when you're looking down, there's forest.
Yeah,
It was the craziest thing I ever saw. It was like
yeah,
everywhere you went, you'd see all these concrete giant buildings and everything, and then at the end of it, forest,
yeah.
mountains. Beautiful. It is a beautiful city.
And
Absolutely.
and for a huge city, I mean, it's a big city. I mean, you're only a few minutes out of town before you feel like you're in the country. I
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Exactly.
Yeah.
not like if you're in LA or somewhere like that, it's a concrete jungle. I mean, you got to go through LA and you got all the other cities along the
It
way.
never ends. Right. It
Yeah,
never
yeah,
ends. Yeah.
yeah. So,
And boy, did we get the beat out of us in that hockey tournament too. We had no business flying across the country to play in that tournament. None at all.
Oh man.
Yeah. We invited everybody down to play baseball after that. Like, okay,
After that,
all
yeah.
right, we'll give you, yeah, we'll give
Yeah.
you the
Give,
hockey. Come
give
on
us the
down.
hockey. Yeah.
We'll play ball. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, Eric, why don't you tell us about everybody in your territory and reach out to them? How are they going to reach out to you?
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. First of all, yeah, like you say, just with this job, been really grateful to meet a lot of good contractors and retailers and people who really have a good hold on the flooring industry and what they want. And they know being professional and having quality work and products to use is really important to them. So it's been really nice to meet these people and get a kind of a wider view of the territory and the people in it. And to those that I haven't met, you can reach out anytime for, technical issues or whatever comes up on the job site. First, my number is 604-818-7055. You can call me or you can text me if that's easier. And email address is Eric, ERIK, Lundgren, LUNDGREN, @bona.com. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. If there's any feedback for our products or anything, any ideas you might have or help on a job, just reach out anytime and let me know.
That's a great part of having you on the team. 15 years flooring experience. That really starts to separate us from other companies where we're not afraid of job sites at Bona. You know what I mean? Where some companies, that's the last place they want to go, not us. We want to be on your job site. So
Yeah,
do you do a
exactly.
lot of job site visits, things like that?
I do, and I'm happy to get on more for sure. Like, I really enjoy that aspect of it. Like you say, getting with the contractors or the retailers and just getting in there and just kind of going over things and however I can help. Yeah, it's always exciting and I'm grateful for that.
well, since I've been here, Bona, I think it's been 12 years now, and we've added to the team. The team's probably doubled since I've been here in that amount of time. And to see us bringing on young guys like yourself, man, they have such a great business acumen, and they're such class guys and hardworking guys, man. It's been a pleasure having you on the team. I'm so glad you're with us. I know you're a hard worker out there, man. So thanks for all you do. And thanks for taking a few minutes, and we caught you with no time at all to talk about Traffic Go. But I appreciate you making the time for us, and we'll see you down the road for sure.
Yeah, you bet. I appreciate, yeah, you guys having me on. And yeah, overall, like, yeah, it's been great. Like I say, working for Bona, and the transition was, pretty nerve-wracking. Kind of starting to work for another company and all that. But everybody's been great. Like, yeah, you, Wayne and Rob, has especially been great, very helpful. But I know like everybody, behind the scenes, has been really helpful. It's been a great company, and so it's been very easy that way.
Good. Awesome. Good stuff, man. All right. Thank you for your time, Eric. And Rob and I, where are we headed to next? Well, we're not going too far. We're going to Seattle. So we're going to head down to Seattle, and
Nice.
Eric, we'll see you down the road.
Sounds good.
All
Take it
right.
easy.
Thanks, guys.
How far is Vancouver to Seattle?
Not far. Hour and a half.
Okay. All right. Then, Rob, tell you what. I know the last journey we made was pretty tough for you, having to go across country and using multiple sources and everything, and dirt bike and hitching a ride and everything. It's not far from Vancouver to Seattle. So I'm gonna let you drive with me in the one of the executive cars.
I was I was going to ask you for a ride, and I
Uh,
know you don't. Wait. I know
okay.
you don't want it. Okay.
Yeah,
But what I was thinking we could do is you could sit in the back, put your earphones on,
of
and
course.
I'll drive. I'll
Yes. I
drive.
mean, you didn't think I was
Okay.
gonna sit.
I won't, I won't look at you in the rear view.
Mm,
I won't talk to
mm.
you.
Thank
Okay.
you. I'm
You won't even
busy.
know I'm there.
Yeah.
I'll just, put on my
Uh,
chauffeur's cap if that's okay with you.
all I care about the most is that you have the room temperature in the car at the appropriate temperature. I
You
like it a
got
little
it.
on the cool side.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
But I can't
Eh,
take you back any farther from there. You're gonna have to find your own transportation to the next spot.
Yeah. Well, you can drop me
Yeah.
at the bus station. We'll be all
Yeah,
right.
of course. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, off we go.
I'll take an Uber to the bus station.
Uh,
I don't want you to have to go out of your way.
well, I wasn't going to. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you. All right. Off we go to Seattle, or off we go to our next destination here. All right. Before we get going here, I'm gonna give you a few trivia things about Seattle. You know what Seattle, the first name of Seattle was before it was named Seattle? What it was originally
Um,
called?
I don't know. We got a couple tribes here, so maybe Puyallup. I mean Puyallup.
You would think. Nope.
Um, the Emerald City.
Nope. Seattle
Oh
was originally called New York.
no.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yep.
Huh.
It's the first city to have police on bicycles.
Yes, we do have a lot of those. Yes, sir.
There's more cats and dogs than children in Seattle.
Good. Good.
And the la
I like dogs.
Yep. And the last one is the Space Needle was designed on a napkin. How about that?
I didn't know that. Those are a lot of fun facts.
Well,
Now I'm gonna have to.
that's what I'm here for.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Jorge Perez, it's good to see you, man. Thanks
Nice
for
to
making
see
the
you.
time. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so you've been with Bona now about, I don't know, 6 months maybe?
3 months, Wayne. 3 months, fresh. But
Wow.
not new to Bona at all. I was at BCC for 7 years. I was proposed this opportunity. It's been there for a while, and I wouldn't have worked for any other manufacturer. This is a dream come true. We've talked about this in the past, you and I. I didn't think I was going to leave being a contractor, but the opportunity was there, and I couldn't pass it on. And it's the best decision of my life.
Well, you and I talked about this before coming to work for Bona, and I'm glad to have you on the team. I'm really excited to have you on the team, man. I know you're going to be a great asset for us. You already are up there, and you work closely with Eric Peterson. So
Very
a very,
pleased with this.
very strong team up there in the Great Northwest, Pacific Northwest. So glad to have you on. And we are talking to contractors, Bona reps around the country. Just got to see what's new in their territory. If you're seeing any trends or anything new or anything that kind of gets you excited, and thought we would catch up with you and see what's on your mind.
Well, one of the things that I'm excited about is nothing super new, but very new to many contractors. Is Bona Vertical.
There
I
it is.
am so pumped about this. As a contractor, it was huge. Something it's I would consider an underdog kind of situation because not a lot of guys are using it. Not a lot of guys know what it is. This is from the retail side, from the installer. They're like, "What? I didn't. How come nobody told me about this?" I'm like, "Well, it's not new, but it is something that I'm particularly excited about. I'm marketing just the banana side of it, to be honest with you. So it's a great rapid set alpha silane construction adhesive. This is not your, box store caulking adhesive that most guys are using that breaks shear. I mean, it breaks bond, it crystallizes. Now you have issues. This is Vertical is my Frank's hot sauce. Wayne and Rob, this is like I slapped this thing on everything and anything. It's not failed me so far, and I'll tell you, it sticks to LBP, which I know that not a lot of people are excited about it, but it's one of those necessary evils. Stairs, transitions, treads, risers, metal inlays, stone, PVC, countertops, tile. Dude, I like I said, it's Frank's hot sauce to the core. It's flexible, it's waterproof. It is an alpha silene, so it's not your regular silene base. As our adhesives, not dogging our adhesives, but this is one of those things that is like you got a 10-minute work time and you got to get on. It's a game changer. You don't want to spread the whole, the full glycis with it. I mean, you can, but that would be a little bit overkill. But it's definitely something guys should have in their vans. A couple of tubes. But I know contractors that are using pallets of this stuff. I mean, guys who are doing stairs, they're like, dude, I wish I would have known about this sooner. So I'm really, really excited. It's a Green Guard Gold certified adhesive, zero VOCs, easy to clean up. I mean, what is there not to love about Vertical? Like I said, it's an underdog adhesive to many, but to me, it is a superstar. And then another adhesive I'm really excited about is Quantum Flow. Now, this is more of a championship rounds right here. This is not no underdog. This is a game changer. Because this is first of all, it's 30% faster pour. It's easier to pour. 30% faster spread rates. It's also Green Guard Gold certified. And this is where it really hits, is unlimited moisture protection. Okay, without testing. So, I mean, geez, I know many, many contractors that you show up there Monday, you're ready to go, and you're going to install this floor. You know what I mean? And so, being that said, unlimited moisture protection without testing. I mean, you still want to do your negligence and test, and we still would ask you to test. Don't push limits, but unlimited moisture protection. You use that with our roll guard, better spread rates. You still get unlimited moisture protection. So Quantum Flow is a big, big hit for me. I love it. I mean, what is there not to love, right? And like I said, unlimited moisture protection. If you don't get moisture transfer to your hand, you're good to go. So
I remember you were using that before you went to work for us.
yeah,
This was a passion project for me as well. So I'm glad to see how well it's been received across the country. I'll say it. I think it's the best adhesive in the industry. I don't. I'll put it up against anybody. We can look at technical data sheets. We can look at user performance. We can look at how the benefit is to the homeowners in their home with being the only Green Guard Gold adhesive in the industry. It's a great selling feature for contractors. I mean, that certificate used to stand for Safe for Children, Schools, and Hospitals. It is so much easier to spread than other adhesives out there. And I'll tell you, man, I'm on the same page with you. Like I say, this was like 5 years of my life wanting to have this product and finally going back and forth with with our scientists in Germany and to get this done. So I'm right there with you. So glad to hear that.
Jorge, you've only been on board for 3 months.
Yes, sir. 3 months, Rob.
Holy mac! This guy sounds like he was reading off of and I know you weren't reading it.
No, no, no.
You got your info down, man. That's awesome.
Luckily, our TDS are also in Spanish, Rob. So I do a lot of Spanish reading, but not today.
Yeah, man, you hit it out of the park, man. 3 months. Listen to this guy go.
Yeah. Like I said, sales calls. I'm doing a lot of sales retail calls and talking to contractors. I'm excited, Rob. I'm really excited. I am a very competitive guy. I want to be the best out there. And now I won't steer a contractor wrong because I was a contractor. And so if my product doesn't work for every single application, so there'll be times where I'll be like, hey, try next somebody else's adhesive, and maybe they'll tell you some below these stuff to sell product. But when it comes to wood floors, we are your guys. Bona as a whole, we got you. Anything wood related, we're there for you.
You know, that's the awesome part about having you on the team is you were a contractor. So it's not like you can pull the wool over another guy's eye. You won't. You can't.
I can
Because you know what he's going through. You know what
Yes.
I mean? So there's just no way that you're going to steer somebody wrong because you know how hard it is, how hard the whole job is. I think that's one of the great parts of Bona is so many guys in our team, had time on the floors.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
we really know what these guys go through. We know how hard the job is. And, to have somebody like you in their corner, somebody you could really rely on that can tell you, you know, the ins and outs of these things. That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, I'm really happy to be on board, Rob. And yes, 3 months fresh. I'm doing the best I can. I don't know all the answers. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wayne, you can
But
tell he's only 3 months in. Look at the big smile on his face the whole time. Huh?
Well, and that's it. And you said the right thing is that you don't have all the answers, and none of us do. And that's the thing is that um, I'll say that one of my favorite sales reps when I was a contractor just retired last week. In fact, he was with a competitor of ours, and but whenever I called him, he always picked up the phone. If he didn't have the answer, he would tell me, yeah, "Look, I don't know, but I'll get the answer for you." And Rob is so right, man. I mean, this job is so hard that we never want to steer anybody the wrong direction. So if we don't know the answer, we'll find the answer for him. If we don't have the solution, and maybe we don't, I'll recommend it to somebody else. The main thing is to get the guy paid, get him down the road, and we don't have to win every battle. We want to make sure we take care of the contractor and hope we can earn their business the right way. And with your experience and your background, and you're very well respected. You've been well known before you came to work for Bona, and so like I said, having you on the team has really been a great asset to us. And I just think our team is getting stronger and stronger. The more guys we hire, and we're hiring the right guys, and so yeah, Jorge, it's good to have you on the team. Yeah.
yes, I was very scared to get into the corporate side of business, and I tell you, Bona's embraced me, and it always has. Even as a contractor, and I'll tell you, once I came in on board, my idea of how Bona as a corporate would react to me, especially as a contractor coming in, is completely different. You guys are a brotherhood. We're really tight, really, really tight. I've been super awesome to work with. Super pro, that's huge, but not super pro corporate. Like down to earth dudes, just
Yeah.
normal guys, no extra cheese, no extra hot sauce, just straight go.
Do you remember being like that, Wayne? Do you remember that? It's probably a
Yeah.
distant memory
Yeah.
for you, but
You know what? If I'll tell you what though, if that passion ever leaves, then I'll be right behind it. I still feel the same way. I still feel the same way as when I did this job and going to NWFA schools for all those years. I'm still passionate about it. And so that never leaves, and I don't think it ever leaves you either, Rob. I know as we joke about it, that's what kind of keeps us going. So, and it
Hey,
keeps us tight.
Jorge, how do you like having a training center?
You know, as a matter of fact, I was there yesterday. I love it. I've been dressing it up more. It was already great, but we were making it better. We're looking forward to 2026. We're gonna do some advanced installation class with our adhesives on my end, and Eric is gonna do the sand and finish part. We hope to see you out here, Rob, Wayne. So anyway, we're scheduling. We're really happy. We're making some changes, but we want to focus more on advanced installations and getting guys up to speed, making it more fun. Um, and just have a good time. But we definitely want contractors to utilize our training center here in Kirkland, Washington, to up their game. And
Yeah,
come make them.
I tell everybody that, a lot of people think our training centers are just for our, 3-day sand and finish schools. But man, I tell everybody, call your TMs, call your reps, because we want you in these places. And I've said it 100 times on the show. Wayne can tell, Wayne knows. Um, it we're going to work on your swing. It's like going to a driving range or a batting cage. It's just a great place to practice. But the other thing is, we just have so many new products and procedures and things like that, where if you can get within a training center, man, it just makes life so much easier for you. So I know you're one of the lucky ones that does have a training center to work out of.
Yes, very, very lucky. It's so we're gonna try to do some stairs. Like I said, a little bit more advanced, more tricky floors. We want to showcase that we hold it down in the Pacific Northwest.
Well, I'll say the same thing about your training center that I did with Larry Stevens in California. Is that Seattle's a destination city. If you've never been there, it is spectacular. I mean, go down to Piedmont. Was it Piedmont Street or Piedmont Avenue? Piedmont Street. Where the
I
fish,
know Pike's Place.
well,
Um,
where the fish market is and everything. I think it's
yeah, Pike's Place.
okay.
Pike's. Jeez, you lost me there. Pikes Peak. I
Okay.
haven't been up there in a minute. Rob,
You
it's
are you are from Seattle, right?
yeah.
Uh,
My wife brought me to. So my wife was in the military, and
oh,
this
you're
was one
right.
of the. Yeah,
Oh,
so I've
okay. All
been I've
right.
been in Georgia, Texas, Colorado, and now here in Washington, and I've been here for 13 years. And this is
Uh,
home now.
you're
Uh,
you're
Well, when
you're
you're in
right.
that program, the FBI will move you around a little bit. So yeah,
yes.
yeah, we get that. Yeah.
No, but you're right. It
You
is
can't
Pike.
stay in the same spot too long. Right.
It is Park.
um,
It is Pike Place Park in Seattle. You're
it
right.
is Pikes. Yes.
So if anybody wants to do a training and schedule and bring your wife out or your girlfriend out or whatever and spend a few extra days in this beautiful city, oh my God, it's spectacular. Especially when the weather's right in Seattle. There's not a prettier city in America. So
And I'll be glad. I'll be more than happy to host anybody. The training is the fun part, but we as Bona, we do get contractors out and take them out and make sure they get another side of the industry, which is also we're very fun folks to be around and hang out with. So we want to make sure that contractors have a good time, not only at our training center, but when they come visit us. So yeah, come on.
good stuff. Jorge, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for making the time. I know you were on a lot of calls today and you had to jump in your car to do this, so I appreciate you doing it, man.
Yes, sorry. I got a tight schedule. I'm trying to be the best I can. You guys rock. I'm so excited for you guys. Oh man, I can't believe I'm on this. So thank you so much, Rob, Wayne. You guys are freaking rock stars. I look up to you guys. I want to be as good as you guys one day.
Yeah, well,
And so maybe one day I'll be sitting behind that chair with the muffs
Wow.
on.
Yeah.
Doing my
Listen
deal.
to this.
It'll
This
it'll be
is-
Yes,
it'll be
sir.
It'll be Rob's
Yeah.
chair more than likely. So
Not as good looking.
Okay.
Not as good looking, but maybe I'll work on that. Maybe some liposuction might help me.
there you go.
nice.
All right, brother. Thank you, man.
Thank you guys. Have a good weekend.
See you down the
You
road.
too. Take it easy.
Bye. Okay. All right, Rob. Well, I guess we made our trek up to the Pacific Northwest and into the beautiful Canada, and now we got to head back. We're going two different directions because I'm going south and you're going kind of northeast, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm going to use that as my excuse to not be able to travel with you. I did line up some transportation though for you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You ever see the Silver Streak, the movie?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yes, of course.
We've lined you up a bus ticket, an Uber, short Uber ride, a bus ticket, a plane ride, and a Greyhound bus from your house, from the Greyhound station to your house. And
Oh,
then
nice.
then your wife will have to pick you up. It's like 60 miles out of from your home.
Okay.
That's closest
Yeah.
closest we
Yeah.
can get you.
Oh, that's great. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, off you go.
As funny as you think you are,
Mhm.
flying home from Pensacola the other night, I got upgraded to first class.
Oh my God! No kidding.
You remember Northwest Airlines?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Northwest folded in with Delta.
Wow.
And I used to fly Northwest everywhere. So Delta had all of my Northwest points.
Oh,
They still count.
how about that?
So they said, hey, I don't know, I got like 150,000 miles. They go, for 17,000 miles, we'll upgrade you to first class.
Wow.
Oh, I tell you what.
How long was the flight?
It was about 3 hours.
Oh,
an
that's
hour and a half each.
perfect.
Both flights, first class.
Nice. What'd you eat?
You know what the best part? First class is?
What? Yes,
Is
I do.
When everybody else is getting on,
Yeah.
I just look at them and roll my eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
come on, any day now.
What,
You're disrupting my cocktail hour.
so it wouldn't work on me because I never make eye contact with people that are seated down in the first class for that reason alone. I had a first class flight once in my life. It was right after 9/11 and at that time they were opening up our suitcases just for a short period of time, going through everything. I learned not to put my dirty laundry on top that way. But she goes, "Oh, we're going to have upgrade. There's no other choice to upgrade you to first class." So I was in the very last row before the commoners sat down, right?
Yeah.
And they actually asked me what kind of dessert I wanted. And the choice, one of them was like an ice cream parfait, like an ice cream in a regular glass with chocolate on it and peanuts on the top, right?
Oh,
So I told my cousin sitting next to me, I said, "What's this?" So I I put the napkin over top of it, right? And I held it out of the aisle and I whisked that napkin off of it for everybody to see. That's why God has never given me any more.
We're eating Sundays.
Yes.
We're eating Sundays up here.
I should have walked to the back to use the restroom eating it as I went back. I'm sorry. I think I dropped some peanut sauce on you.
Well, I was blocking people from using it. You can't use this bathroom.
I got defensive over our bathroom.
That's our bathroom. You can't.
Yes.
You'll have to, because I might want to use it.
I hit the button to tell the lady, one of those people came up to use our bathroom.
You remember George Gobel? Remember that old time comedian, George Gobel?
No.
Wow. Really? You would know him if you saw him.
I
He
bet
used to be like on Johnny Carson old, like 70s, 60s, 70s. Okay?
I think you have the last name wrong. It's probably why I don't remember him.
No. His name was George Gobel. Okay.
I don't know.
But he had me in first class. All right. His saying is, I feel like a brown pair of loafers in a world of black wingtips.
Mm.
And That was
That's
me
what
in
you felt
first
like?
class. That, yeah, exactly.
You should have just mumbled out stocks and bonds once in a while. You know, go figure, right? Stocks and bonds.
One guy looked at my hat, bone of training. Bone, I go, yeah, I'm
I
part
I
owner.
I own
I'm part
bone
owner
training.
of, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. I own the pro side, not the retail
yeah.
side.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyhow, you're going to be taking other transportation on the way home
There's no
here.
more first class, right?
No,
Okay.
no. Yeah. All right. Well, this has been another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob. Please stay tuned for another episode.